The Forest team sheet was handed in late today because their train was delayed, but it shows a return after injury at number 4 for David Needham, who will play alongside Young in defence, and it shows that Bryn Gunn will play left back and Stuart Gray in midfield. And Swansea make one change from last week's team, which lost to Everton, and that's at number 3. An injury to Hazi Abdic brings in 20-year-old Chris Marustic for his first full game in the First Division. Swansea are unbeaten in a league match at the Vetchfield since last January and haven't let in a goal here in league games since September. Chris Marustic, Swansea-born, but his late father was a Czech. Most players tried out several different types of footwear before the kick-off, and the majority have elected for the all-weather training boot with the pimpled sole, because the referee, Derek Lloyd, had to have a long look at the pitch before he decided the match could go ahead. The sun is shining, but it's very hard down there. That was Robinson for Swansea, Willie Young's first touch for Forest, and Fashanu to Proctor, and here's Wallace. Marustic getting in. Young marking Latchford. Robinson. Curtis. John Robertson back to Bryn Gunn. That was Max Thompson. This is Gray. Wallace. Oh, Fashanu in a good position here. Bringing a save from Di Davis. Difficult surface, I would imagine, as much as for anybody, for goalkeepers today. Certainly Davis electing the tracksuit trousers and gets down well early on to save from Fashanu. That was Robbie James. This is Gunn. Fashanu losing his footing for a moment, and that's going to be a pretty permanent problem today for most players. Here comes Irwin for Swansea, well tackled by David Needham. And Fashanu, again, he's just trying to keep his feet there. Forest arrived so late, they hardly had time to check the pitch conditions, and one or two of them, I think, may want to change their studs as the afternoon wears on. Here's Jurgen Rober. Needham. That's a nicely played ball for Gray, and the shot from Stuart Gray, deflecting, I think, off Rajkovic, but Davis behind it anyway. Robinson looking for Curtis, and the referee spotting there was a late challenge as the ball was released by Neil Robinson. He was fouled, and so Swansea's momentum was halted there as the players stopped for the free kick. Billy Young got a touch on that. Marustic to Leighton James. And then back to Mahoney. And here's Mahoney again. Low in, oof, and Latchford, if he'd just got a touch the first time, that was a goal. Driven in by John Mahoney, but Peter Shilton, sharp to see the danger. Robinson. Bob Latchford. John Robertson getting back to help Willie Young. Here's Curtis. Latchford will battle for that. Mahoney looking left, but there was nobody there. Leighton James is actually in the centre-forward position at the moment. That was Young heading it out. Rober keeping it in. And Fashanu to Proctor, getting it back, Justin Fashanu. But that was Rajkovic. Here's Leighton James. What a good effort. John Toshak, the Swansea manager. Rober to Anderson. Fashanu. Proctor. Wallace. And Max Thompson turning well. Robinson. Robbie James in the centre-forward position. John Mahoney well forward. Here's Latchford. Here's Mahoney! Side netting. That was a splendid move by Swansea. Robbie James bringing the ball through from the middle. Latchford edging it on to Mahoney. And his shot just wide. Wallace. Viv Anderson joining the attack. And still Anderson, Leighton James making the run back to check him, a corner, much to his disgust. Anderson, Rober. Needham. Robbie James. And Young concedes the corner. Played short for Curtis. Leighton James. Robbie James! They varied the corner and it paid off. Leighton James played it short to Curtis. Back to Leighton James, the near post ball. Robbie James header, touched by Shilton maybe, but not kept out. 34 minutes gone. Swansea City take the lead. On a day when, if they win, they go top of Division 1. The incentive is there, and so now is the first goal. Proctor. So Robbie James playing his 330th league match today for Swansea, yet still only 24, scores an important goal. Rober. Anderson. Gray. Oof, was that a foul? Forrest appealed that Anderson was checked. Referee Derek Lloyd said no. Mahoney. Neil Robinson. Oh, they've got players forward in abundance here. Robbie James. What a good cross, and Anderson put it behind. You wouldn't think running so fast on this sort of pitch, Robbie James could have got that ball in like he did. But it's amazing what confidence will do. Needham this time up with James. Now Leighton James. Curtis. James again. James again. The same combination. Robbie with the header. And his namesake out on the left. Curling these crosses in. And Forest unable to prevent him from doing so. Leighton James. Wallace. Proctor. Oh, what a good header by Latchford. And Curtis comes away for Swansea, and he's in on goal. The shot blocked by Rober, but that began at the back. A super flick on by Latchford, and suddenly there were possibilities for Curtis. And before the corner can be taken, Swansea finish the first half on a high note. Robbie James, who got the winner in the last home game against Birmingham, gets the only goal of the first half here. The opportunity provided by his namesake Leighton James. And Swansea lead at half-time on the day when their fans are so aware that they could go top of Division 1. Forest start the second half in what, at the Vetch Field, are exciting days for Swansea fans. They've got another home match scheduled for Tuesday night against the league champions Aston Villa. So opportunity here for Swansea to continue the progress they've made in recent years. Here's Robbie James. Curtis, checked by Bryn Gunn. Irwin, what a fine save by Peter Shorten. Leighton James, again so accurate, bending the ball in. Colin Irwin shouldn't have been given a free header, but he was, and Shilton went to his right to deny him a goal. Oh, that was a bit high, but the referee applied the advantage, and that's Proctor chasing Mahoney, and this time there is a foul. Mahoney said Proctor was pulling at him, but it's been given the other way. And Forest are very much in it at the moment. Robertson with the free kick. Half away by Latchford, driven by Robertson, and Di Davis must have been glad to get behind it and also to have the time to pick it up when it rebounded from his body. Well, that must be his number in training, I think, 27, because in Wales he's very much the number 1. Curtis. There's Robbie James looking for Curtis. And again, Willie Young doing the simple and sensible thing. And Forest coming out here with Jurgen Rober. But James gets back. Leighton James. Oh, well played. Irwin. Across to Robinson. And now Curtis. And again, Curtis. Oh, it's going to come to Mahoney. And the referee penalising Max Thompson for the challenge on Justin Fashanu, which will give Forest a free kick just outside the area. So Swansea will need a wall. David Needham is mingling with the wall. Here's Proctor, and that skids on to Young, and here's Wallace, and here's Fashanu. Well, it's a lottery in the penalty area when it rebounds like that. But Fashanu didn't have the winning ticket. Roba. Oh, well played. Viv Anderson. And nobody's pulled out in this match. It's been played at a fast pace. The endeavour that you always associate with the First Division in England has been there despite the awkward top surface. Before a crowd of just under 18,000. Marustic's misclearance, but he made up for it. My word, he did. Now he's got Leighton James away. They've got two players over on the far side, Latchford and Curtis. Curtis! A move begun right at the back by Chris Marustic. He got Leighton James away on the left, and he knew that two players were coming in from the far side. His cross went as far as Curtis, and that wasn't very far away from number two. Referee says play on. He's used the advantage well as Derek Lloyd. Oh, well done. Robbie James. Oh, and that was Curtis bringing another fine save out of Shilton. He's kept them in the match twice now, the England goalkeeper. The ball crossed by Robbie James, Curtis was free, and Shilton's anticipation and reflexes bearing out the fact that he's having a very good year. And that can only be good news for England with the World Cup looming in June. Di Davis avoiding the corner. 15 minutes to go. Quarter of an hour standing between Swansea City and the top of Division 1. Here's Gray. There's been a threat once or twice coming through there, Stuart Gray. Now it's Proctor for Forest. And the corner off Max Thompson. Robertson's just waiting for Willie Young to join the forces there. And that was Young! And he scored on his debut. 12 minutes from the end, and big Willie Young leaves Di Davis on the ground and puts Forest level. John Robertson just delayed taking that corner because, whether he knew or not, Young hadn't quite got there. I think he did. When Young did get there, he met it with the header, and that's 1-1. So Swansea may not go top after all. Latchford. Marustic. Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that the goals have both come from corners, and John Robertson, very much like Leighton James, the perfect man to get the quality ball in to that near post area where players coming on from the attacking side are such a threat. So that's the first goal Swansea have let in here in the league since the 22nd of September, when Hoddle scored from a penalty for Spurs. A run of nearly 3 months. Proctor. Oh, Proctor through. And a chance there for Forest to steal a second. This has been a good comeback. Peter Shilton at the other end takes part of the credit. He's made two outstanding saves when the score was 1-0. That's the kind of goalkeeping performance that gives teams a platform from which to leap back. which they've done. Young. And I think he called there without using a name. An indirect free kick for ungentlemanly conduct, an unusual decision that, but a quite correct one by Derek Lloyd. Don't see that happen very often at this level. Rajkovic with the kick. Well, that was a good header by Rajkovic to Irwin. Now he looks for Latchford, and Latchford's in here. Oh, good save. Can Curtis make it? No. Willie Young did. But Peter Shilton saves Forest again. Shilton of England denies Latchford once of England himself what may well have proved to be the winning goal. But Swansea still have the corner. Played long for Max Thompson, and here's Curtis. And Max Thompson goes in again. Gunn was the man who cleared it, and a heavy knock too is taken there. The Forest defender's not too happy about the challenge by Max Thompson, I fancy. Bryn Gunn, who got the ball away bravely, was the man on the ground. Willie Young in deep consultation with the referee. But I think what Forest will do when they look back on that incident is see again how remarkable Shilton is at making these saves when it's 1 against 1, because Latchford had got past the defender and it seemed he was odds on to score, but he was denied that, and as a result the scores are still level. Wallace. Oh, and here's Rober. Fashanu pulling away at the far post. Gray was there as well. Robertson's coming in. Handball, Neil Robinson. Penalty. Penalty to Forest in the last minute. The ball played across. It evaded most of the Forest players, but Neil Robinson trying to stop John Robertson. Was it inside the area? That's what they will contest, if anything. He certainly seemed to handle it. But referee and linesman seem to have no doubts. Can John Robertson give Forest victory here in the very last minute? He's so sure from the spot. And Forest here appeared to have pulled victory right out of the fire. What a dramatic turnabout on an afternoon when Swansea seemed in control for so long. The score was still 1-0, 12 minutes from the end. Then Robertson supplied the cross for the equaliser, and now he gets the penalty that looks like being the winner. And if it is, then Swansea will have been beaten in a league match here for the first time for nearly a year. Somebody's boots come off, but play goes on. Curtis on to Latchford. Referee has already checked his watch. This is Jurgen Rober for Forest. And this is Robbie James. Curtis. In goes Latchford. Away by Young. And there it is. Swansea's first home defeat in the league since last January, and Willie Young, well, for him a tremendous debut. He got the equaliser that turned the match, and Forest, with Peter Shilton keeping them in the game with 3 outstanding saves, eventually got the penalty in the last minute that deprived Swansea of top place in the First Division, and must be leaving them feeling that they threw the game away. But you have to say that Nottingham Forest with great character. They may have been late for the match here today, but they've certainly left with the points. Swansea 1, Forest 2.